Right, walk around video on the Land Rover 90. Start at the front and you can see straight away where the paint is flaking along the front panel. Front bumper is nice and sound and straight. This front wing likewise slightly bowed at the top but hasn't been stood on too heavily. And as you can see, that panel is nice and straight along the side. Door likewise is pretty straight and it opens and closes as it should. There's a few dents and dings and creases, if you can see that one there, and likewise along the rear side of the body there's a couple of slight outward dings where someone's left something that had something heavy rattling around inside it. Typical old working Land Rover stuff. Hardtop is nice and straight, and the roof, the paint on the roof hasn't been interfered with. That's original and it's not flaking, it's in good condition. Going to the rear corner, typical corrosion on the rear cappings, but nothing too frightening compared to how they often get, and usual corrosion, surface corrosion on the rear door. We've got a swing away spare wheel carrier, possibly a Mantec one, I don't know, but it seems to be a pretty substantial thing and it works very well. More corrosion the other side, a little bit of surface corrosion on the hard top there, and the door is actually pretty ratty looking if I'm honest about it, but it does open and close. We open this up. Inside it's very much a working Land Rover in what I call ex-farm condition, but it's not too bad. It would tidy up easily enough. Obviously that rubber mat's split there and needs either stitching back together or replacing. We've got a dog guard, we've got headlining that hasn't sagged too badly. There's a spare driver's side footstep in that bag which I haven't got around to fitting yet. The door closes, and then round this side more of the same. Nice straight body but with some paint damage here where it's been, someone scraped something against it probably while it was in storage. And then passenger side door much the same as the driver's side. It opens and closes as it should. And then this front wing, more scratches, more peeling paint, and these bird dropping, what I assume are bird dropping marks. There's one there. If we get up onto the bonnet here, you'll see it's got spots all over it. So that really does ideally want a coat of paint if you're going to have it look pretty. And we've got more spots along the on the vent flaps there. We've got these bulkhead top corners. They look as though they've been painted black, probably because of surface corrosion. There's this bit of bubbling there, but there's nothing really frightening. That top rail there is nice. There's no evidence of rust there. That's normally where you get trouble when they start bubbling along that there. So I suspect that'll tidy up quite easily. I don't think there's anything really nasty in there. Likewise, if we go around the other side, you can see much the same. It's just been painted black on the outer edge to hide presumably surface rust and a little bit of bubbling, but there's nothing there that would frighten me. Look on the inside, it's all there. The seats are a little bit grubby and you've got a split along the bolster there where someone's been scrambling in and out of it for the last 30 years. Centre seat which doesn't match the other two, and it's missing the rubber cover for the transmission tunnel. If we have a look in here, footwells, lower footwells have been cut out and new metal welded in, but that looks all pretty solid. The other side is the same, and the dashboard is dash top isn't too bad. It's got one hole in it there. Likewise, the dash bottom hasn't been hacked about too much. It's had holes cut in it for speakers, but other than that, it's pretty unbutchered and original. It's very much as it was. It's the sort of vehicle that you could have bought 10-15 years ago as a good working Land Rover and got a lot of use out of. It's a bit of a time warp, really. If we just pull the bonnet, which opens nicely, under here we have the 200 TDI X-Discovery engine, water pump, new water pump. It's had new timing belts, had a new head gasket. It's the usual tangle of pipes and hoses for a 200 TDI conversion, but it all seems to have been done to a decent standard. That's all yeah, it's all there, and it runs very nicely. I'll just demonstrate. It starts. Even I've just fetched this from storage where it had been standing for 2 weeks. It's a cold day, but I got into it, turned the key, didn't have to give it any preheat, and it just lit up straight away like that, and everything works. So it's a nice old thing. If you just have a look underneath, just to confirm, yes, it's on a stainless steel chassis, it's got poly bushers, it's got a fuel tank that doesn't leak. Round the other side, obviously we've got a big hefty drop height tow hitch here, and then stainless steel exhaust, power flow stainless exhaust tucked into the wheel arch there, and that's probably just about all there is to say about it, really. It's not immaculate, but it's a good solid workhorse Land Rover that should give very good service.